So today we're going to talk about the pastor. Oh, yay, amazing. Okay. Today we're going to talk about the pastor's daughter to sex worker pipeline. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Pearl, you can't keep talking about Nala. She's threatening with you with a lawsuit. And recently she's threatened to sue me even further. Now, apparently I need to be scared. And apparently they're going to use this against me in court. And, I guess I'll just have to live with that because what I'm saying is not untrue. That, I am not legally required to believe your conversion. Let's see. Where is my lawsuit? Should I send it to my other one? Let's see. Nala. I don't know if I want to show my whole screen with this, but apparently I'll give you guys the rundown of what they're accusing me. They're saying defamation, and the tweets that they claim are defamation. Once a sex worker, always a sex worker. Oh, wait, here we go. I need to read. Okay, yeah. Now they sent me this long letter. Once a sex worker, always a sex worker. Nala still has a Telegram group that has sexual content. It was posted in as recently as yesterday. Now, they're claiming that this was defamatory because they're saying that I have to blindly believe that she is not in charge of that group and that someone else is running it. Okay, why do I need to blindly believe not a hooker anymore? Apparently, I'm not able to call her a hooker. What do you want, a sex worker, a prostitute? I don't know what getting gangbanged on camera. What am I supposed to call that? Nala Ray's legal team. Apparently, they're watching this. I'm going to see you guys in court. I swear to God. And if you, which by the way, you guys can support me at theaudacitynetwork.com to support these legal endeavors because I'm not going to back down. And I am not required to believe a former prostitute. I'm going to continue. They also put in the lawsuit because I said Nala threatened to sue me because I said she's still a hooker. I'm live streaming this whole thing if we go to court, I swear to God. Or I'm putting a camera right. If they don't let me bring cameras in, I'm putting a camera outside that courtroom and I'm giving you guys updates every day. This is bullshit. Reminder that Nala had an active OF the day before her and Michael Knowles' interview. I was the bad guy for pointing it out. And now that I am right, where are the retractions? I said that November 12th, 2024. She also said in the Michael Knowles interview that she still has paying subscribers. What else do we got? Nala threatened to sue me because I said she's still a hooker. My opinion is that the same way somebody is an alcoholic always, they're just an alcoholic who stopped drinking. You're just a sex worker who stopped sexing for now. Anyways, if you want to support me in this endeavor, go to theaudacitynetwork.com. There are hookers all over this country, former hookers, that think they can do a rebrand and use Jesus for clout. And I will not stand for it. My grandma would be rolling in her grave watching this. She would not say, "We're happy you're in our church." She would kick you out, Yeah, so that's what I'm dealing with this week. I guess I'll see you guys in court because if you think that I am going to give you money without you literally, if you think a prostitute is going to get me to retract or pay her with that, you will have to drag me to court. I swear to God, you will have to take me to the depths of this court because there ain't no way in hell you're getting me to do any sort of I will fight you in court for 4 years. That's how stubborn I am. I will literally sit in court for 4 years before I willingly, without them legally making me give money to a sex worker. Okay, I want to give a couple prerequisites before I start today because these ladies just seem to make me. This is based off of my experience. You are totally welcome to disagree with it. When I do use generalizations, I never mean all. I just mean, most or the ones that I, specifically have met. Oh, I think I can turn the lights on with this. It's a little dark in here. Oh, it's already on. Okay. And, I never mean to offend anybody, but people do get offended. So recently I got responded to from Elon Musk. Apparently, I pointed out that this woman was thirst trapping at her job. So she's like a little blonde reporter. And I just pointed out I wasn't mad, but I just noticed that she was like a thirst trapping lady. And it's actually crazy because conservatives are now dying on the hill of thirst trapping. So they are all attacking me because I just said, hey, she's thoughting it up, I didn't say she shouldn't. I mean, some women went out, thoughted it up, and met their husband. They'd go to the bars, have a couple beers, have a one-night stand, and boom, a couple years later, they're married. Everyone says that's the wrong way to do it, but I've seen it more times than I can count. Now, I talk a lot about traditional conservative women. Now, what traditional conservative women, they like to do is they like to get all the clout for being moral, right? But they like to post sexually at the same time. So it's really confusing because you're like, why are you posting sexually while Jesus cross is on your neck, There's one picture this woman had where her boobs were out and the Jesus cross is in between them. I mean, I don't know. My grandma would be rolling in her grave right now. It's just insane, the stuff that I've been seeing. Now, I've been talking a lot about tradcon women in the church a lot on my channel lately. You guys know that I hate fake tradcon women because most of them are undercover whores. They preach religion and conservative values, but they just have too many 304 traits. They leave their families to find rich men and then use God and the Bible to shame anyone and everyone around them. That's why I say I respect whores a lot of times more than tradcon women. It's about honesty. While most whores are pretty honest about their whore. And, I was thinking, why can't they just be honest? It got me thinking about all the women that came from religious households. And there's a religious household to sex worker pipeline. Now, I believe that the reason for this, and I have it outlined here, but I believe it's because the church shames sexuality when sex is a need for men and for women. And they don't acknowledge that it's a need and give people in the modern era an outlet. If you don't want your daughter to be a 304, you got to go find her a husband. Go do the work. No, I promised you the Rolo tea if I got 10 signups. I've had 2. I need 8 more from you guys. I don't give tea for free. I am not a free teer. He was tweeting at me again, Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, and I personally experienced this because, I was someone that went in trying, I wanted to wait till marriage, but there just wasn't I didn't really, you don't know why you're not attracted to the church guys because they're kind of weird, right? And they have no frame and they worship women there. And so you go there, you're not attracted to them. And then the guys, the other guys they're trying to fight, you're not going to get a relationship without the putting out. So I've lived this, if they want traditional marriages, you got to find a husband, right? And how are they weird? Well, in general, they're weird because not all, right? I'd like to say not all, but they have the same issues the women do. The sexuality is shamed. And what happens is the church uses morality as a control tool against men, but they don't hold women to those standards. So they don't crucify women for not waiting till marriage, but they crucify men for, which is better than, degeneracy, as they like to say it. So, that's my opinion on why, when you tell people their sex drive is bad for a decade, it just messes them up. And yeah, if you tell them that their sex drive is bad, it gives them issues, both men and women, to be honest. A lot of women, it's they can't. I'll give you an example. There's a woman in church and she was a 30-year-old virgin. And she would almost have sex with guys and then pull out, feel guilty, that sort of thing. And in the end, she's listening to the pastor instead of listening to the guy. If the guy wants to have sex, the problem isn't the sex necessarily. It's the woman leaving, right? And if it doesn't work out, there's no introspection for the woman. Because we're told it's just the sex that made him leave, right? There's no be more likable, be a better person, because having sex with a guy usually isn't the reason he dumps you. He usually dumps you. If you're super nice and friendly and likable, he's going to ask for more, but they say just stop the sex. The sex is the bad part. I remember we'd have these chastity speakers in our school. And mind you, at the time I was a virgin, right? But, there were people having sex in my high school. And what they would do is then the women would come back and like stop having sex with their boyfriends. That boyfriend could have been their husband. But, you know, you're playing these games with sex. It's like, what do you expect to happen? And now you're listening to the pastor, not your husband. Yeah, my church only calls men to repentance, never the women. And the truth is people have sex drives. So if you're not pushing young marriage, you're pushing hoard, which is fine, you know. Okay, I don't want to say fine, but it is what it is. So